You're live.
We're live now?
We are live now.
Okay. All right. Hi, guys. I'm Melissa with HayLo Creative Designs, and this is my friend, my bestie, actually, Shannon.
Hi.
She's going to join us tonight. I wanted to say thank you for everybody who joined us last week with the repurposing of the Dollar Tree witch hat into the Halloween theme. This week, we're going to do Christmas theme by popular request. And I'm not going to go as in detail as I did last week building the whole wreath, because I have one built behind me that we're going to show some decorating options, but I am going to go into more detail about how to break down the wreath and the placement of the chenille stems and the method that we use to, the ruffle method that we use on the mesh to bunch it up. So this is, what the heck? This is the piece that we're going to be working with tonight. Now, it's a blank canvas because I just left pieces that we can play with. I've got a basket full of goodies, a basket full of options, decorating ideas that I wanted to show you for this piece. Before we get started on all that though, we're going to just start with the basics. Let me kind of move things out of the way here. I tried, you guys, we took into consideration your feedback from last week and have the white background, the white tablecloth. So hopefully you can see things a little bit better. I'm going to set this on the floor behind us. All right. Shannon is cutting mesh. We use 6-inch Deco mesh from the Dollar Tree. Right now the Dollar Tree has their Halloween stuff out, and it's the purples, the blacks, the oranges. They're just starting to put out Christmas stuff. So if you're lucky, your Dollar Tree has some of this in stock already. If not, be patient, it's coming. But this is the red 6-inch Deco mesh from Dollar Tree. And we're gonna cut it into 10-inch strips, just like this. So Shannon's gonna sit here and cut us some 10-inch strips. If you would put them in stacks of 3, because we're going to get 3 in a bundle.
There's 3.
Beautiful, thank you. I messed up your bundles, didn't I?
You did.
I'm so
but
sorry.
That's okay. I'll forgive you.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll set that there. These are what the hats look like when you buy them at the Dollar Tree. Pretty plain Jane. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They're cute. You could put maybe 3 on a wall, kind of cockeyed, if you wanted to go with this look. But we can also dress it up a little bit too. So we're going to take the tag off. And I just used a set of wire cutters. Nothing special. As long as they're sharp, it'll work fine. I know in the witch hat last week, I didn't take the tinsel off of the top because we were using dark bases, you know, scarves, and it would hide most of that. This week, I'm going to take the whole base apart. So we're just going to start ripping everything off. Here, the boo. How you coming over there?
That's good. I'm just thinking of all my Monty Python witch references right now. Sorry.
Monty Python. You
Sorry.
and him. I am not a big Monty Python fan. I like slapstick comedy. Just, I don't know. There's something about that one that I just can't get into. But I mean, hey, he can sit and tell jokes with you all day long about it.
Yeah. And Benny Hill.
Oh, Benny Hill. Okay, we're showing our age now.
Really?
It doesn't matter.
You won't do Mel Gibson or Mel Brooks, and you won't do Monty Python, but you're okay with Benny Hill.
I told you I like slapstick comedy. There's just something about Monty Python. I don't know. I really. Okay,
It's
call
too
me crazy.
highbrow.
Oh. Okay, so everybody can see I'm just winding the tinsel around. There's little, I don't know if you can see, there's little nubbies along the outside of the frame that they've wound the tinsel around. So all I'm doing is taking and pulling it off those nubbies, just like that.
Is that a technical term?
Is nubby a technical term? I don't think so, but that's a Melissa term.
Okay, good.
Nubby, that's a new
Just
term.
checking.
If you're a crafty person, you do lots of crafts, you could probably save this, repurpose it for another project. I'm not a fan of tinsel, so I'm not going to repurpose it. I'm just going to throw mine away, but save yours if you think you might use it for another project later. So I'm just going to continue to break down our base. How's everyone doing tonight? I can't see the questions. My husband is
Trying to get to the question.
down on the end. He's fielding questions again tonight. maybe he can read them out loud and I can answer them. I'm going to try to go really slow about the technique because we had lots of questions about that last week. And now that I have the white background, I think you'll be able to see better what I'm trying to do and how I'm attaching things.
Those would make cute fuzzy spiders.
Fuzzy spiders, that's a great idea. Fuzzy spiders, guys. Okay. Dry mouth again. All right. So we have taken everything off of our hat base. We left the little hanger because we don't want to have to add another one later. We're just going to hang on to this one. But here's the base. Got the little outside lines, your bars going down, and down here in the brim on these bars are where we're going to attach the chenille stems. When I'm attaching them, I know I don't have a set pattern, I guess. I don't attach 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. I make sure that I attach 3 in this little section, this top section here, 1 on the outside, 1 on the inside, and 1 on this inner bar, or 1 on the middle, 1 on the inner bar. And I do the same for this side, outer bar, inner bar, or top bar, middle bar, inner bar. And then I also make sure I cover these 5 bars going down here, because when you remove the tinsel you've left, or in the witch hat last week, we left this much up, and that's about as much as we're going to cover with Deco mesh this week. So you've got this exposed, so you can see the bars a little bit easier than you could last week, but you're going to attach a chenille stem to each one of those as well. So that's about it for the base. I hope you guys can see it better, a whole lot better than last week. All right, we are going to start assembling. Like I said, I'm not going to build a whole hat like we did last week because we have this one assembled already and we're just going to decorate it. So I'm just going to show you the technique that we used. Because I am not one of the lucky ones that their Dollar Tree has stocked a lot of Christmas mesh yet, I had to scrounge for the few rolls of red that I found and the few Christmas items I did find. I did go online and do a search. They've got a lot of cute Christmas stuff that they're going to offer this year. And like I said earlier, if your Dollar Tree is already stocked, then you are lucky. If not, just know it's coming. And really cute pieces. I did, however, have to source from my stock and pull some green to be able to use for the top of the hat. This is 10-inch Deco mesh. I think I got this in the clearance bin at Joann's. Not really much at all. I buy everything on sale or on clearance if I can. I try not to spend, you know, more than I have to make these crafts. All right. So like we did with the scarves last week, we will need a pipe cleaner. It doesn't matter the color, clear or black, preferably. No, you know, bright, funny colors, because they, you know, you might be able to see it. So you're just going to take your mesh. Oh, you sure can. Oops. There you go. You're welcome. Right, so I've got 10-inch Deco mesh. And we're just going to gather. What, is there an issue? Are we having technical difficulties?
No, it's just that everyone's on my phone. I can see everybody like with questions, but on the computer, that's not.
Oh, if you're having computer issues, back out and go back in and refresh, and that should fix it.
Oh, I didn't need them. My nails are long.
You have long, pretty nails. You know, I had the long nails, but since I've been crafting, I've had to shorten them because I was breaking them left and right,
Yep.
and spending a blue fortune in gel manicures. So, okay, we're going to take our pipe cleaner and just feed it through the top of your hat base. Go ahead and hook it and start to tighten it down, but don't tighten it all the way because you're going to put the edge of your mesh through there. Okay, so that's how I have it, just a zip tie on the top of your frame. Then you're going to take your mesh. Now I'm using 10-inch. This can totally be done with 5 or 6-inch mesh. You're just wrapping it around, covering the top. So
Isn't that a zip tie? Cheryl was asking, isn't that a zip tie?
it is a zip tie. You can use floral wire, you can use a chenille stem. I just find a zip tie is stronger, sturdier, it holds tighter. Personal preference. I do get packs of these in various colors and sizes at the Dollar Tree. I don't spend a lot on my zip ties either. So zip tie in the top of your frame, not fully tightened down, so you still got space in there. You've bunched your mesh. Oops. Bunched your mesh. And I kind of bunch it so my edges turn down. I don't want them coming up like, you know, the flower, petal on a flower. I want them to go down. So just bunch it at the end. And on the back, what you would consider the back of your frame, you're just going to put the mesh through the hole in your zip tie. Pull it through. Boy, that caught all over the nubby, so I'm going to trim off the edge, make it a better surface. All right, so you've got the edge of your mesh through the top of your zip tie. And you're just gonna tighten that down. Okay, don't pull too tight because these are plastic frames and you can snap them in two. So tighten down so you've got, you know, I'm tugging really hard on these. It's not coming off. Oh, this, okay. Take wire cutters and just cut off all the way down to the little square part.
Someone's asking if we can't get the 5-inch to 6-inch deco mesh, could we use 10-inch? If so, how long should the strips be? That's from Sandy Beecher.
I'm using 10-inch on the top. I have not tried 10-inch on the bottom. I guess, just by first thought, if I had to guess, if I was using 10-inch mesh, I might do 8-inch strips, still maybe 10-inch strips. I would play with it. 10-inch mesh, you might not have to use as many bundles, but I personally have not done it with 10-inch mesh. It's just something if you want to use, you can play around with it a little bit. Yeah? Okay.
Reasonable to me.
All right.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
Everybody's so quiet, guys.
I'm done cutting, and I have a little scrap left over.
That was what was left. Oh, that brings me to a good point. I know last week for the witch hat, I had you, for the supply list, I said 3 rolls of black. And that was because sometimes on the Dollar Tree rolls, some of them end up being a little short. And you always want to make sure you don't run out of whatever materials you're using while you're creating a craft and have to make a run to the craft store. So I just suggest to get an extra black one because that seems to be the color that has the shortest rolls. It's the one I always run out of. But any that you have left on your roll, I save because I might have another craft that I could use this for. I also save these. You can hot glue them together, put them in your boxes, and in your shipping boxes you can have 2 layers. You can ship 2 wreaths in one. Not always, I mean, you know, because size and dimension does play a factor, but these do come in handy. I do save them. All right, so what can I have you do, Shannon?
I don't know.
Tell you what.
I do the same thing. I just kind of stand there. I'm more for comedic, you know, purposes.
You are. You're my support. You're my rock, honey. I could not do anything I do without you.
This is true.
If you want, I'm gonna
Take
hand
this
you
apart?
that. No, it's taken apart.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I've got a good thing for you.
Okay.
Ah. Yarn. Yarn.
Hello to Louisiana, Nevada.
Hi
Florida.
guys, welcome. For those of you just tuning in, we are taking a Dollar Tree witch hat form and repurposing it into, well, it's not decorated yet, but an elf hat that I'm going to show you a few different ways to decorate.
Let's see, how many red strips did you cut? How many red strips did you cut?
I cut 3 in each bundle, and they were 10 inches each
Yep.
long.
Yes.
And using this little rotary tool was really awesome.
So much better than scissors. We cut the Deco mesh at 10 inches, and we're going to put 3 ruffles per bundle. On this one behind me, I used, I think maybe 19 bundles. I did 18, and there was a spot that just seemed kind of bare, so I added a 19th one. And I think that's just going to be something you'll have to play with when you're making your own. If it looks, you know, a little bare, add an extra. If it looks too full, you don't have to add that last one. It's not an exact science. So what I'm going to have Shannon do, the top of our Santa hat is done with super soft yarn. And I got this idea from Debbie of Debbie's Wreaths and Things. She was doing a Santa hat and did the top of the hat poofy with this super soft yarn in white. But we're going to do that for our elf hat in red. So what you're going to do is just hold your hand like that and wrap it around 100 times. Okay.
Teresa from Alabama.
Let me know when you get to that point.
We don't do the roll tide here.
Roll Tide.
No.
We're a house of Niner fans. We love everybody, but when the Niners play, we do root for the Niners.
Yeah, but and right now you have a USC fan.
I'm USC.
Yes.
Fight on, go Trojans. We
Woo!
won today.
Woo!
And then you have a Notre Dame fan.
Yeah,
Go Irish.
Go Irish.
So us, you know, when it comes to that game, it's gonna be.
It's on, baby.
It's on.
It's
guys.
on.
I gotta show you. We're going to be doing, oh, I made a mess. We're going to, oh, sorry, Shannon. We're going to be doing sports themes
I'm
reads.
gonna have to
Themed
speak about this.
reads. Just do a big bunch.
Okay. Well, I got big hands.
If you lost
so-
count, just make sure you spread your fingers out. So we're going to be doing sports themed reads, football reads specifically.
Everybody's coming in.
And I haven't opened this yet.
Oh, Jessica.
So this is the first.
Jessica Love is working on a Philadelphia Eagles wreath right now. She's watching.
All right.
Hey,
good.
Torrey Smith.
Torrey.
former 49er. Love him.
So guys, these are the footballs that I use in my football reads, and they come from Hobby Lobby.
Becky Neal Phillips is working on her second witch's hat now.
Oh, you guys, you know, it has made my heart so full seeing everybody post and message me all week long since last week's live about what you've been able to create with the tutorial that we brought you last week. So I'm really excited to keep doing this for you guys. Hopefully I'm going to get better as time goes on. We'll learn what we did wrong this time, and we'll try to improve it next time, just like we did from the last. So back to this. Let's get this hat wrapped real quick, and then we can move on to the fun stuff. So like I said, you've got, sorry, I got ahead of myself. You've got it zip tied in. It's not going anywhere. Just take it and bunch it up, and you're going to spin your form around. Oh, sorry. I'm going to swing this way a little bit so I don't knock you upside the head. Sorry, Shannon.
That'd be nice. Thank you.
Everybody's asking me to zoom in. Sorry.
Guys, we're filming this off of an iPhone right now. We're a new small business. We don't have a lot of camera equipment. So as things progress, we will add to our arsenal. But right now, you know, we have basic equipment. So I apologize that we can't zoom in. I'll do the best I can to keep it visible for you to see.
Linda, the hats came from Dollar Tree.
So I'm just taking the mesh.
I think she said, yeah, Dollar Tree, Dollar Store.
Yeah.
Dollar Tree, yeah.
What size is the green? What size is that green mesh you're using?
The green mesh that I'm using is 10 inch, only because my Dollar Trees haven't really stocked their Christmas stuff. I was lucky to find, I think, 8 rolls of the red that I did. So I pulled from stash. This is something I had in my stash box for other projects. It is 10 inch.
Millie's watching.
Huh?
Your Aunt Millie's watching.
Hi, Aunt Millie. Mwah. So anyway, back to wrapping the hat. Just take and bunch it up with your hand and spin your hat around. Remember to hold up the hanger, okay, so we don't have to add another hanger later. Just, whoa, I caught the edge of that and ripped it out. That's not good. All right, so just keep wrapping. 74, 75, 76, 77. So we're just wrapping.
Sharon, I'm here. I'm just off to the side, off the camera.
Yeah, he's right there. Guys, we live in a little over 800 square feet, not too far north of Seattle, so we're cramped for space. I have these plastic tubs, and pretty much every nook and cranny is covered with crafting materials in our apartment. We have our box lights that we have for filming. We have this set up. So yeah, we're in cramped quarters, but we make it work. We do with what we have.
Diane, if you're trying to save it, best way to do it is just share it from your actual Facebook page,
100.
and it'll stay there. And or if you need to come back to the HayLo Creative Design Facebook page, there will be videos. We'll end up being on there as well.
Cut that.
Or you can bookmark it too. That works.
The whole bundle like that.
The whole bundle like that. And cut the edges.
I used to be an elementary school teacher. I know how to make these.
Right? Woo! Well, you guys, Shannon is my best friend, but she lives across the pond, as I call it. I don't know if you're familiar with the Pacific Northwest, but there's Puget Sound. I live on one side of it. She lives on the other. So to see each other, she has to take a ferry, or we have to take a ferry over, and that requires planning. On her way over this evening, she got to the first ferry landing, and it was delayed an hour. So then she frantically drove to the ferry landing, the next one down, and was able to get right on that one. But it takes some planning for her to get over, so I'm so glad she was able to come over tonight.
And on time.
And on time, yeah. I figured I was going to have to start the live without her, and that was fine. And she could just join us. Well, yes, I always have you, baby. I love you, baby. He has been so great to me this week. After last week's live, we had several orders for the witch hats, and I frantically worked all week to get those made and sent out. And he's been wonderful, making all my boxes and taping stuff up and being my muscle, moving things here and there. So, again, can't do anything without him. He's my rock. Okay, guys, so here is...
Losing sleep.
Yeah, losing sleep, yeah. As a matter of fact, yesterday he lost a couple of hours sleep making about 10 boxes so we could ship some stuff out. So here is the top wrapped. Yeah, it was pretty easy. You just spin it around. If you have places you're not happy with, you can pull and tug, or just undo it and go back and rewrap it. It's very forgiving. It's Deco mesh.
Cheryl, you can get boxes from Staples. They have the, what do they call the ones that have the
Multi-depth.
Multi-depth, and you're able to cut those to the depth that you need them for, and they run pretty cheap.
Cut the loops.
If you make yourself a reward member, you can get them for even a little cheaper.
Just grab it and wrap
Right.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Since we were kind of sharing, I got another goodie box. I ordered a bunch of ribbon from Craft Outlet for the football wreaths that we're going to be doing.
You're welcome.
And I also ordered a fishing themed one.
Oh, fun!
I got the fish, and I got a little wooden sign, a bobber, that says what happens at fish camp gets told over and over again. And then it has a little fishing pole with a hook.
That is so cute. That is so cute.
So yeah, actually I think this is broken coming out of the box.
That's what hot glue's for.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was just hot glued and the glue came undone. So yeah, so I'm going to be doing this fish wreath very soon too.
How many wreaths can you wrap with one roll of mesh that's coming from Darlene McQueen?
If you're using the 5 or 6 inch mesh, it's probably going to take a roll and a half. You could get a roll if you wrap it just right, but I would say a roll and a half to be on the safe side. As far as how much of the red it's going to take to fill the bottom part, that took me almost 5 rolls. But I like it to be fairly thick. I don't want to see through it. And for some reason, this red Dollar Tree mesh, the holiday mesh, it's just a little bit different texture than their Valentine's Day or their 4th of July mesh. This has a metallic stripe in it where the 4th of July and the Valentine's, it doesn't. It's more, I don't even know how to explain it, maybe like a paper texture. And this is more of a plasticky texture. Not a huge fan of this kind of mesh because it frays worse than the other. But, you know, it's a Dollar Tree. It's good and it's very usable.
Someone wants to know where you got the fishing stuff from.
The fishing stuff came from Craft Outlet. You can look them up online. I think they have
Nice fuzzy little ball there.
free shipping after 65 or 69. I can't remember. Otherwise, you'll have to pay shipping. But they have a lot of really cute stuff, and they have this the fishing stuff that kind of thing, kits that you can make wreaths with and put things together. All right. So moving on. Shannon, for the top of the hat, has taken the yarn, okay, and you hold your hand, put some in your hand about like that. Hold it down with your thumb, and then just wrap it around 100 times. Okay? I'm not counting, I'm just gonna do this a few times to show you. You have to hold it really super tight.
I thought I tied it tight enough, but I guess I didn't.
Everyone that, oh gosh, I've sat here and like wound my head. Okay, yeah, don't do what I just did. Make sure when you're wrapping this around your hand that, one, you don't get it tangled in your wedding ring, and two, you spread your fingers apart. Let's try that again.
Well, it depends on how small you want it, I guess.
For this one, yeah, for this one. Okay, so hold it in our hand, hold it down with our thumb, hold our fingers apart this time. Yay! Okay, so you're going to go around about 100 times, you know, give or take, just as long as there's a lot there and it's full. Okay, so then, I know that's not 100, I'm just showing you. You're going to cut it off even with the bottom of your hand.
You can use cardboard too.
Slide it off of your finger. Yeah, you can wrap it around cardboard if you have some cardboard handy. So you've got your loops here, see, just like that. You're going to cut another piece off about that long. Find your center. Find your center.
Don't do that.
No, you have to tie them super tight or they're going to come unraveled.
All right, I'm gonna
So
stop
just
right
find your center, tie it super tight, super tight. And tie it off.
I lost a couple.
All right. So then, once you have this fuzzy looking thing, you're going to take your scissors and just go in and cut the tops of the loops that you made out. You're making a pom-pom. I don't know if you made these when you were a kid. I had them on my roller skates. Ooh, that dates me too. Wow, yeah, I used to spend my weekends at the roller rink. All right, so you just cut the tips out. That was a really messy job.
If we don't have a brush like that, what can we use?
That's a good question. I don't know. You've got to have something stiff bristled. If you have a stiff bristled cleaning brush, it has to be stiff bristled, whatever it is.
This is just a regular roller brush, hairbrush.
This was a hairbrush. I couldn't find what I was looking for, so I just took a regular hairbrush and snipped the longer pieces off so I could access these short, you know, coarse bristles down here.
A pet brush might work.
A pet brush, that's a great idea. Thank you. Yes, a pet brush might work. I might check into that. So once you have your little pom-pom made, you're just going to take a stiff bristle brush and you're going to rub it and rat it out and make it soft and poofy. Now the yarn I'm using is super soft yarn. I've not tried this with regular yarn, but super soft yarn comes out just like a cotton ball. However,
Yeah, I need to.
little red fibers fly over it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was the general idea of that. I'm not going to make the whole poofy because it takes so long, and I am going to keep this a lot shorter than I did last week. Oh, toothbrush. Fabulous idea. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
So I figured it out.
He figured it out. What did you figure out?
Oh, how to be able to look at like all the colors.
You're so cute. Okay.
Dog brush, yeah, from Dollar Tree.
Yep.
What did you get?
I don't know, but you
Could you use your Bodabra for the pom-pom?
Oh, Dad.
I'm sure I could. You know, I didn't even think of that. I've got my lovely Bodabra here, of course. You probably could. I don't see why not.
That'd be great.
Yeah. That would save your hands, actually. That was a problem I had when I made that one, is because I have rheumatoid arthritis, it was hard for me to grip it as hard as I had to rat it out. So definitely a holder would be beneficial, I would think. Okay, so we have, what did I do with the hat? I've lost.
The one you were just working on?
Yeah,
Right there.
wrapping the base, yeah. Okay, I'll put it all the way behind me.
All right, is this foofy enough?
That is goofy enough. Yeah,
Okay.
we were just showing them. I'll probably make another Santa hat with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, And
you
then,
may want to make
Someone
a new
says they
holder book.
sell pom-pom makers. Oh, Cheryl Lynn says they sell pom-pom
really, where can you get the pom-pom maker, Cheryl? Because I've not seen them.
She's right. It looks like when you sit there,
Uh-huh.
it's, the hat's behind you, so it looks like you're kind of wearing the hat from behind.
Should I move it? Here, I can scoot it over a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so once you have your little pom-pom made, you're gonna have some longer pieces, and then just take your scissors and trim them off. Give it like a little haircut, and kind of make them even, just like that. Super
Everybody's
cute.
coming with the pom-pom maker from Joann's, Michael's, Amazon.
Okay, see, y'all are one up on me. Thank you. I'm gonna go check those out because I love these. They're adorable and perfectly. I really just like the texture.
Thank
But,
you, everyone. That's
yes,
excuse
thank
for
you.
her to go shopping.
Woo! Yeah. Shh, we don't tell. He just sees me carting stuff in, and the receipts go away quickly. No, just kidding. Okay, so I'm going
Yeah, this
to
is super soft.
finish up this base real quick so we
Give it to
can.
the boys.
So we can show you how to do the bundles. My scissors. So you're just going to, when you get to your last, go around here, pull a little bit extra, and cut it off. Okay? Cut it off. Then you're going to take another zip tie, and just like you did at the top, you're going to run it around this middle bar here. Go ahead and start to close it, not all the way.
Shannon, do you want to explain how you made the pom-pom?
Do I? Sure.
A couple people have missed the...
So I just tightened it down onto the base with the zip tie, just like that. Now this is, I know it's an ugly end, but it's going to be hidden. You won't see it. I'm going to like slide it up and kind of tuck the edge in just like that. Okay? Good?
Okay, so you just take the super soft yarn, and Melissa said to go around 100 times, but spread your fingers out wide so you can make a great big one, and then just start wrapping. And then once you've wrapped 100 times, let's pretend, you have a loops, you have a whole bunch of loops. And you cut another piece. And then just cinch it up in the middle. Right here, so cinch it in the middle like this. And tie your extra piece around to secure it all. And tie as tight as you can. It's kind of the hard part, especially when you're working by yourself.
Yeah, as bad as I hate it, I had to use my teeth a couple of times. Me pull one end, because I'm holding the pom-pom, me pull one end and then the other one with my teeth. I hate doing that.
Okay, and then you gather up all the loops and just snip them. Now, of course, if there were more loops, you kind of dig around until you find them all, and then you're done. And then we just took a regular old, this is a roll brush, hair brush, where you're drying your hair, and you just rat it. You have to pinch it really hard so that the extra pieces don't come out, because I ended up with a pile of loose pieces. I didn't tie it tight enough, obviously. And then when you're done, you get that little guy right there, and you just trim it all up so it looks as round as possible. And it's not as beautiful as Melissa's, but
I worked a long time on that one, y'all.
yeah.
All right, so this is the poofy that you'll attach to the top of the hat.
Huh? Yeah.
I did. Sounded very country just then.
That's all
Okay, so we're going to pull out the handy Bodabra. Shannon has cut us bundles of 3. This is 6-inch mesh, cut at 10 inches. We're going to do the ruffle technique. So take one piece of your mesh and lay it out. Now you see the natural curve like this. That's how I want to lay it down. I don't want to lay it up where it's curving up. I want it to go down. Okay? So lay it flat. And I'm going to take and find my center with my pointer fingers. Then I'm just going to use the rest of my fingers to scooch it up. Just like this. See? Makes a little bow tie. Well, that's kind of cattywonk. There we go. Okay. Put it in the Bodabra to hold it. This is not necessary. If you didn't have a Bodabra, you can totally stick it between your fingers. So you lay your mesh out.
It's called a Bodabra.
And then use your fingers to scooch it up. And just add it to your finger, just like that.
Mel, you want to hold up the Bodabra again and tell people where you got it from?
Yeah, sure. This is a Bodabra. It comes with another little bar that slides down the middle. But this is a bow maker. And for beginners, it's perfectly fine to use. I got a Pro Bow the Hand after I tried these. And I just like the quality of bow that comes with the Pro Bow the Hand. This is a bow from Pro Bow the Hand. Gosh, I need to fluff it, but this is a Pro Bow the Hand bow. And I just couldn't create that quality off of this piece. So since I already had it, it became a tool to hold my ruffles. You can get it at most of the craft stores, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, Walmart even has it. If you go to like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, the craft stores, they offer coupons on their app, or if you sign up for their text messages, that are usually about 40% off. Sometimes you can get 50, sometimes you can get 60, but usually no less than 40% off. So you can score this puppy for about 10 bucks, maybe a little less depending on where you are. Super, super handy tool. So anyway, we've got 2 of our ruffles here. We're gonna make our 3rd one for the bundle. We do use 3 ruffles per bundle. Okay, add it to our bundle. Okay, just pinch it in the middle. We've already added a couple of chenille stems. And as I said, I add 3 to this first section, outer, middle, inner. So I've already added those 3 chenille stems. I'm gonna start with the inner just because it's at the top. You open your chenille stem and just lay in your bundle of 3 pieces. I pull my chenille stem ends opposite each other so it scooches it down to the base really tight, and then I twist about 3 good times. Okay. Last week we would cut off our chenille stems. This week we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do it a little different. So again, we're going to take a bundle of 3, 10-inch mesh, or 6-inch mesh, cut at 10 inches. Find your center and just scooch it with your hands.
Getting OCD about the bow.
Are you getting OCD about the bow?
About the pom-pom.
Alabama.
Hi, Alabama.
Well, she's trying to find a Dollar Tree down there.
No Dollar Trees down there. I do see people going to Dollar General. I can't speak for that because I haven't seen a Dollar General since I left the South, but they don't have them here. But I have seen people post that they get mesh and some stuff at Dollar General. So if you don't have a Dollar Tree, check there. All right, so we have our next bundle. You'll slide it out.
Where is she in Alabama? Because she's close up to Panama City. I know they have them in Panama City and Pensacola. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I used to live, my husband's in the Navy, so we used to live in Panama City and Panama City Beach. And if you're that far south, like Dothan, then if you go into Pensacola and Panama City, I know that they have them there because we used to shop at them. Now, that was quite a few years ago. They may have disappeared, but I doubt it. If not, I would say probably Walmart would have them too.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, I can only say for what I have here and what I've seen other people posting at.
Stop messing with
Don't touch it again. It's gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's a perfect. Oh, see. Okay, that texture. It's the texture.
It's like a tribble. Star Trek reference. Sorry, y'all.
It's okay. You're the Trekkie. I'm the Star Wars fan.
One vote.
So much of a Star Wars fan, guys, that here's the purse that I carry every day. That's how much I love Star Wars. So.
What's the name of the bow maker you use now? Oh, the Bodabra.
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 I know that now.
You're good. Guys, he's trying really hard to learn the lingo. So proud of him.
I get red fuzzies everywhere.
I know, right? Okay, so this is going to be the last bundle that I'm going to attach right here before we move on to the next step.
Where the delay is weird.
You know, we kind of covered this technique in last week's tutorial, and I'm just kind of touching on it a little bit this week. Okay, so pretend this is completely done. You've got all of these pipe cleaners sticking up. Last week, we cut them off and folded them down so there wasn't any pokey edges. This week, we're going to make them pretty. Now, I didn't get these particular ones at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree does have these, but these are just what I had on hand. I wasn't going to go buy a bunch more stuff that I didn't need right now.
Thank you, Catherine. She does a fantastic job.
Thank you. I'm still nervous, but I'm not as nervous as last week. So we have two options here. We have just red glitter balls, or we have red balls that look like they're frosted with snow. For this one behind me, I did choose the ones frosted with snow just because I like the look. Totally use either one. You could use green if you had green. You could use white. You could use multicolored if you wanted to make it a whimsical piece. Options are endless. But what we're going to do, let me put these in there. We'll have little red balls rolling everywhere.
Mary, what she's using is called a Bodabra, and you can find them on Amazon, your local craft store.
Oh, no.
Everyone also answering questions and helping us out. Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you, guys.
The length that you cut your mesh was, what was that again?
10 inches. We don't cut the mesh for covering the top of the hat. We only cut the mesh for our ruffles. And we do 10-inch strips. It is 6-inch mesh. I think last week I was calling it 5-inch mesh, and I was mistaken. It's 6-inch mesh. That's what Dollar Tree has. And we cut it at 10-inch strips, and we use 3 strips per chenille stem, per bundle. And chenille stem is the same thing as a pipe cleaner. For those of you wondering, what is a chenille stem? What's she talking about? It's a pipe cleaner. These are sparkly red ones that Dollar Tree also has. So, what we're going to do on these, we're going to leave them.
Someone's asking, are they asking?
What?
Someone want to see something closer.
What would you like to see?
And then I'll stand up and show it. How are you securing the green on the hat real quick?
The green on the hat. Pipe cleaner, or zip tie and zip tie. I put a zip tie around the top loop of the hat, and then put the edge of the mesh through and tightened it down so it would hold it. I wrapped it around, and then I don't know if you can see down here, I put another pipe cleaner around this bar, or zip tie around this bar, put the end of the mesh through and tightened it down, and then I just tucked up the end of the mesh up under. It's going to be covered by your ruffle, so you won't see it. So yeah, just tuck it up under there a little. But that's how I attach this.
I think this
Oh,
is
they want to see those?
Christmas
Yeah, I think
bowl
it-
and boss filler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
They're
Christmas
just
stuff.
little glitter styrofoam balls.
So here's the little glitter ones, and here are the frosted tip ones. And they're boss fillers as well, or base fillers.
Vase, listen
Tomato,
to you,
tomato,
so
potato,
professional. Vase.
You know
You're
the
so
difference between a
cute.
vase and a vase
No, what?
is the size.
Really?
Yeah.
What is a vase?
A vase is generally one that's like, you know, huge.
Okay.
And a vase is just one you would put on your kitchen table.
That is good to know. Thank you. Gosh, she's so full of knowledge.
International woman.
She's been my bestie. I think I started to tell this earlier and got sidetracked. She's been my bestie, but I just found out today that she does embroidering and cross stitching. She's my travel agent. She
And
yeah.
You got those at Dollar Tree?
Huh?
You got the balls at Dollar Tree?
Those particular ones I did not, styrofoam balls I did not get at the Dollar Tree. It's what I had on hand. Dollar Tree does have them in red and white, and I'm not sure if they have green. But if you don't want red or white from the Dollar Tree, you could go to the craft stores and pick up any color. They, you know, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, those places have all the colors. But Dollar Tree right now, all I have seen are red and white, which red works perfectly fine in here. I have some that I have used. So how we attach them is we take our pipe cleaners, and I cut one
Someone saying hello from Panama City, Florida.
all the way
hello
down.
there, Panama City, Florida.
I bet you've got some great weather, warmer than here.
Yeah.
All right, so I cut And you've got 2 stems coming out of each bundle. So I cut one off. We're not gonna need that one. And I have one that I cut a little ways down. About, you can see it's still sticking up a little bit there. And on that, I'm going to take one of these balls and just push it down on top of the chenille stem.
Yes, humid.
Just like that. See? And we'll do another one. So take one, cut it all the way down, and fold the edge down so there's no pokies. Take the other one and cut it about halfway down. Leave, you know, a good piece there. That's about how much we've got there. And then take and push it down on there, just like that. So that's how you add the balls for that piece. And you can see I have them added all on this piece already. Is he crawling under?
Search and destroy mission going on over here.
One of the kids just came out of the bedroom. All right, so
I need these.
Anything else you need me to cut?
okay. No, for now I think we're almost done, guys. Unless you want to see me attach another one, I'm going to call this a wrap here on how to build the base. Because like I said, we covered this technique last week. No different, same technique, just different colors basically. So I'm going to put this back to the side and show you guys some options that you have when decorating this piece. Keep in mind that the things that I'm using right now have come from various hobby stores or things that I've had on hand, because my Dollar Tree has not put out a lot of their Christmas stuff yet. Some of them have. I know Debbie did a live video the other day, and or today maybe even, and her Dollar Tree is fully stocked of the cute Christmas stuff. Yes, question?
Again, the frame, quick reiteration, the frame is from Dollar Tree. It's an old witch's hat.
This is the base that we used. It's a witch's hat from the Dollar Tree.
How did you attach the pom-pom?
Oh, I didn't cover that, did I?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
And how are you attaching the ball of yarn on the top?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ball of yarn on the top. I take this is a piece of floral wire. I'm sure there are other things you could use. This is just what I prefer to use.
I just now noticed Hayden walked
And
right through it.
I try to find
saw
just the
that.
center and run it through. You know, because I probably should have put this in there before we tied it up. Now I can't get it through. No, it's just like wadded up, and this is real thin. I'm not sure what gauge it is. That's what I had on hand. Okay, so you run it up through the center, and kind of here, I don't know if you can see this. Kind of just move things out of the way, and you're gonna twist it down like once, like you do the chenille stems. Just twist it down once or twice. Okay. Then you're going to take your very tip and run it through. Well, most of the time this floral wire goes right through the Deco mesh, but I'm using a very thin one and it's bending. Okay, so you just feed it through, and then I lay it down. Whew, those red fuzzies flying everywhere.
They do.
So I lay it down, and I just pull the two ends of the floral wire opposite each other so it gets it good and tight, and I twist 3 or 4 good times. Then you cut it off with your wire cutters.
And voila.
And take your little sharp edges and you fold them down and push them into your base. Okay, so there's no sharp edges. And there you go. You've got your poofy. Whew, golly. All right, so that's how you attach the poof. All right.
Poof or the
Poof,
The pom-pom. I call it a
Ball of
poof.
yarn.
That's my southern roots.
it's a cart.
It's a buggy. JC and I have this ongoing argument that every time we go to the store, I'm like, you know, get a buggy, and he's like, you mean a cart? And I'm like, no, get a buggy.
Emma, what wreath are you referring to? The Christmas wreath? And how did you, Shannon? Do you want to explain how you made the ball again?
How I made
for
the
our
ball again.
newcomers?
Okay. Where's the yarn? I handed it to you.
Yep, right here. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to get out the decorations.
Oh, I think it's that one you've completed for your Christmas trees. If you want to show that one you completed.
What?
This is, I've already
Oh,
pulled
okay.
things off so we can show
Okay.
how to decorate it.
All right, so how to do this again, if you don't have a Bodabra or a piece of cardboard or something, you just pinch it, spread your fingers out as wide as you want the pom, you got me saying poofy.
I'm
the
sorry.
pom-pom to be. And then we wrapped it 100 times, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on and on and on.
To 100
Yeah,
or so.
yeah, once you have 100 or so, then cut it off. And then you have one big circle, pinch it in the middle, hold it, cut an extra piece of yarn, secure it in the center,
Tie it super tight.
very tight. Because later when you're going to be ratting it with the hairbrush or the, what did we decide, the dog grooming brush, we could use a toothbrush, you could use anything that's got some bristles on it that are going to grip. This is the super soft yarn.
Super soft yarn.
Not regular
Yes, not
yarn.
regular yarn.
This is not the cheapy stuff.
I have some white here. This is what I used.
Yeah, we don't say that in California.
It's-
It's a cart in California.
It's Yarn
It's a
Bee
cart.
Soft Secret.
Shopping
This
cart.
is 300 yards, and it was $4.49 at probably Joann's, and I'm sure I used a 40% off coupon on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hobby Lobby, and we used a 40% coupon on it, and this will do, gosh, a bunch of hats, so or other projects
Pom-poms,
too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
you can you can make these any size. Like if you want to just wrap 2 fingers and make a little teeny tiny one, you can do that too. But it's really hard to tie the center on. So anyway, I just trimmed it so that they're all approximately the same length. And now you have all of these loops that now need to be cut. And you just put your scissor through, find them all. And then, again, with the hairbrush or anything that you find that has got some stiff bristles on it.
Stiff bristles. You've got to, bunch up or rough up the fibers,
So since this one's thin,
just like that. That's how I did that one. Was just like that. I
Yeah.
held it and I ran the brush in circles
and
like that.
hold it really, really tight in the center. Otherwise, you end up with little pieces that come out like this. So you just keep doing that and doing that. And like this bigger one that we started, just a little bit fluffier.
Yeah.
Or you end up with a super fluffy.
And then you take and trim your edges.
Yeah, once you get it all, you already touched the one that I made. Yeah, so like this
yeah,
is,
I did.
So this one's got these long pieces that started to pull. You just trim them.
Yeah, like right there.
Make it as round as possible. And then attach it.
Again, I just want to thank the ladies who have been helping me answer questions as they've been popping up. I appreciate it. Also, again, if you're new to the feed right now, just go back and rewatch. And it's a great tutorial to go back to and reference again, especially if you try to go the step-by-step or watch our very first one, which was, a little technical difficulty, but we managed okay. And each time we'll get better, and of course, I will try my best to find a camera which we can try to zoom in. So,
Soon.
back to the ladies.
Okay. We're about done here, guys. I've showed you how to wrap the top of the hat. I've showed, again, how to cut your bundles, attach your bundles. I've shown you how to put the decorative styrofoam balls in there, whatever color you choose.
Where those balls come from?
You can get these styrofoam balls at the Dollar Tree. The only ones I've seen there so far are red and white. I'm not sure if they're going to carry any other color. I did talk with my Dollar Tree manager the other day and was told that they have no control over what they get other than food. That food items are the only thing that they order. The rest of their stock just kind of shows up on the truck each week and they get what they get. So if you have multiple Dollar Trees available to you, I suggest running to different ones. I've got 4 that I frequent on a regular, because each one carries different things. So, again, I want to remind you, the pieces that I'm using did not come from Dollar Tree,
Any craft store.
because my Dollar Trees have not put out Christmas stuff yet. Just very little.
Christmastime yet.
I know, it's still Halloween time, it's not Christmas. So I have sourced things I had and, you know, raided the shelves at Hobby Lobby. I love Hobby Lobby.
Clearance rack.
Yeah, clearance rack, exactly. And I just wanted to give you some ideas on how you could decorate this. So the first one was a little elf. This is in the ornament section. And he has Velcro hands, so you can just wrap him around like that.
Show the face. Show the face.
Oh, show the face. He's
Yes.
peeking around the hat. See? And then, let's see, where is it? Oh, I originally thought maybe like this. Now, granted, I mean, I am not going to play with it too much and make it look perfect, but something like that. So that would be one look, you know, that's really playful that you could do with it. Also, I found, oh no, we're stuck. Where's the scissors? Yeah, he hung up on the little pants in the back. The elf likes to stick to the mesh, so be very careful.
Because he's Velcro.
Yes, I know. Okay, I also found in the ornament section this little sign like we did for the witch hats. You could do that. And, you know, maybe a cute little pick, or I have, you know, other color picks. You know, little, these kind of things like we did for the witch hat. Yeah. We have this, which I thought was really super cute. Just push that in there. And then there's these lollipops that you could stick in there like this. And there's some, will he go up in there?
These are cute the way they jingle, but you can
There's,
put them on
I'm
and
not going to shove it way up in there because I'll
Yeah.
break my base, but there's some elf feet that you can stick in there as well. You know, these might be cute with the little elf hanging there.
Here's a little.
Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
There are these little candy canes that you can attach as well. There's this little sign. There's, oh yeah, there's some peppermint candies that, I mean, honestly, you could probably glue in here, different places, or even glue up the brim of the hat. We have this little, you know, thing that you could put in there. I haven't tried this yet, but right before we went live, I looked over here and noticed that I had some green and red burlap. And I might play with this a little after the live is over, but maybe covering the, you know, this part of the hat in the green and finding a way to do the bottom in the red burlap. And then I have this old rustic bell that would look just gorgeous on that. And maybe with a sprig like this of a pine cone, some berries. So something like that with the rustic bell, you know, with that. You know, just an idea. I haven't played with it, so I don't know if it'll work. Don't quote me. But, you know, I like the textures and the different colors. And that to me was more rustic.
What do you think, Shannon? What do you think? What's your opinion?
I like the rustic.
You, yeah, she likes the rustic.
I like antiques and things, so I would go rustic.
I like them both. I think they appeal to different moods for me.
I'm more of a rustic myself.
Yeah, yes, you are a rustic. You're a manly man.
Excuse me.
I'm kind of embarrassed to say this. I sat down earlier because I was going to offer you guys a strictly Dollar Tree option. If you didn't want to spend the few extra dollars to get these cutesy little pieces, besides the yarn, you can get everything else at the Dollar Tree, and they have Christmas ribbon. So I made a bow
Gigantic.
that I was going to attach like right here. But as you can see, I love making bows. I love ribbon.
That's a big
I got carried away. So if you can use your imagination, imagine this bow a little smaller, and you know, this is a strictly Dollar Tree option that you could have as well. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Is there any questions that I haven't answered? Oh, you guys, if you haven't checked out Nick Creticos at Nick's Seasonal Decor, please go check him out. He did this fabulous live on Home Talk earlier tonight, and he did a Halloween wreath. It was a ghost, Dollar Tree materials. So if you like the Dollar Tree theme that I'm doing here, go check him out because he's got some fabulous ideas as well.
They're asking if you're going to do anything else with the witch's hats.
Well, you know what? I don't think I'm happy with this piece, but one of our viewers, her name was Gloria, I can't remember her last name, but she had mentioned maybe doing a breast cancer one because October is breast cancer awareness. So when I went to the Dollar Tree the other day, they didn't have, again, much breast cancer stuff available out on the shelves yet. So I sourced what they had, and I came up with this. Again, I'm not crazy about it. I was just, you know, pulling things that the Dollar Tree had and kind of putting them together and playing with them and seeing. These, I covered the base with 2 feather boas. This is the 2 rolls of the white Deco mesh from Dollar Tree. This is a magnet, and these are little keychains that I cut the keychain part off. They did have some cute little 4-pack of buttons as well. And originally I had like put these along the top, and I mean, you know, it's something to play with. Again, you know, Dollar Tree materials, play with it. But I did that one. That's the only variation that I've done other than the elf hat. You can do a Santa hat, cover the top in white and or in red and do the brim in white. Totally doable. Was there another question that I missed? No?
No, everyone's kind of digging the rustic, and the pink boa is adorable.
All right, guys, we do have an Etsy shop. It's Etsy HayLo Creative Designs. You can search us on Etsy. I don't know if you were able to pin that or not.
No.
We don't have any of the hats for sale right now. And it's just because I want to sell good product, and I'm not happy with the way the Dollar Tree mesh cut for this project. The previous red Dollar Tree mesh that I had used came from their 4th of July section, and maybe even their Valentine's section, and it was a different texture. Yeah, a cornucopia. I saw that the other day. Yeah. Oh, what was I saying?
You were talking about how the red wasn't trimming up well.
Oh my
red
gosh.
mesh, and how you want to get a different brand.
Oh yeah. So, boy. Whew, okay. Yeah, the red mesh, I just wasn't happy with it. And I'm not going to sell a product that I am not 100% satisfied with. So, do the project by all means. It's just not something that I'm going to put my name on and put out there. I am going to source, hopefully, some better red mesh. And if I am able to do that, I will put some kits out there, or I might even make up some hats and put them out there. But I'll let you guys know beforehand. But right now, this was just a tutorial to give you some ideas. We will not be having these for sale in our shop right now.
Can you give me a hat before you cut it up? And
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
A plain hat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's what the Dollar Tree hat looks like. That, and I'm getting in front of the camera so people know I'm here.
Don't do it up and down.
Oh, sorry.
Hold it still.
There you go.
Yes. This
Very
is
good,
what we
Vanna.
started out with.
Thank you, Vanna White.
You're welcome.
And just because there was some confusion, our company name is HayLo for our sons, Hayden and Logan. So it's spelled Haylo, and I think there was some confusion from last week on the spelling. So if you guys had any issues, it's Haylo.
Show the elf hat again.
The elf hat.
Shannon's got it.
Yeah, right here. I don't have the decorations on it here. We can throw them on real quick. Once again. Little elf. Again, I found him in the ornament section at Hobby Lobby. And just put a little pick in. Where'd the candy one go? Little candy ones here. You know, where did the... Oh, here. With that, you could glue maybe these in somewhere. I mean, lots of ideas. They also have at Dollar Tree the Jingle Bells. in all different colors. So you could, you know, attach them to the poopy of this as well if you wanted a noisemaker.
Sorry, I just found it funny when you said jingle bells. It's like, you mean bells that jingle, or?
Bells. All right, Mr. Technical. All right, guys, that was it. Have we?
Oh, your mama just showed up.
Hi, Mom. I think you're a little late. Sorry, but
Hi, Mom. You never met me yet.
you're in Orlando, so I don't feel sorry for you right now. But all right, I think that's it, guys. Stay tuned. We will be doing more lives in the near future. I'm probably not going to do any more tutorials on the hats. I think we've covered the technique and how to cover them, and from there, it's basically just using your own creativity to make it your own. Yeah, if there's anything specific that you guys would like to see me do, please send me a message or comment on the page, and I'll see what I can do to source some supplies and, you know, maybe go live. Hopefully in the near future I will be doing some more informal lives where I just sit here and I'm working, filling orders, that kind of thing, and you can do more of a one-on-one asking questions instead of the tutorial part where I'm, you know, broadcasting to a bunch of people. So, all right, I think we're finished, guys. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you next time.
Your mom said she loves you.
Love you, Mom.
They're at karaoke.
You're doing karaoke? Oh, have Dad take a video because this I gotta see. Mwah. Love you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank
Have a
you,
good
Shannon.
night.
Thank you. Bye.
Don't say nothing wrong. Oh, hold on. Oh, there it is. Finish button.